I want crackers for tonight. So the easiest way to do crackers is parchment stiff starter. If you want, you could put some oil of some kind in it. I haven't been. I've just been using my starter by itself. Just enough flour to keep the rolling pin from sticking and rolling it flat with a little bit of baking powder. I like how they puff up with the baking powder. We'll grab a bowl. We'll scoop out all our stiff starter here and make a batch, shall we? All except for that. And we'll feed this. We'll do it a little different from how we usually do. We'll put a little bit of olive oil in there today. We'll add our baking powder. We'll do half a teaspoon. You don't need a lot, just a little bit. And we're gonna mix that up. The cool part about, I think, adding the olive oil to this is that we probably won't, I guess I should not do that with my ring. We probably won't have to add any extra flour because the oil is going to keep it from sticking. We do want to mix it up so the baking powder gets in there all the way. Let's just roll it out, shall we? We didn't even need a bowl for that. Our rolling pin will go this way. And you see how it kind of wrinkles up underneath? I just pick it back up and then put it back down. Easy enough. If you do nothing else with your sourdough starter except make these crackers, you're winning because these things are so good. The thinner you roll them, the crunchier they'll be. I think about the unleavened bread they talk about in the Bible. It's flour mixed with water and olive oil. And we pretty much just did that here. We added our leavening, now we have crackers. If you wanted like an unleavened bread, you could skip the baking powder and roll it out and have it be a little thicker. It's more of like a bread consistency. I should turn my oven on a while. I'm gonna do convection 350. If you don't have a convection oven, you could use a regular oven at 375 for a similar timeline. I like how adding the olive oil keeps this dough so nice that I didn't have to add any extra flour. We will devour all of these crackers tonight. There will be 0 left for tomorrow. I'm just calling it how it is. Every time I make them, they go so fast. I like them to be really thin and crispy. Discard is usually referred to as your hungry starter. Before you feed your starter, your starter's hungry. It might have some liquid at the top that fell all the way back down. Active starter is what happens when your starter is rising like this. This would be considered active starter. What does that mean in regards to sourdough? To me, not a whole lot, because over the last year, I've made my sourdough with super hungry starter that hadn't eaten any, we didn't feed it flour and stuff like that. In over a week, I made it with freshly risen starter. I fed my starter and then used it right away. All those options turned out great bread. I get it that people say, is it this, is it that? It really doesn't matter. What does matter is knowing what your bread dough is supposed to look and feel like when it's ready to be shaped and baked. That's it. That's why I did this sourdough series. I linked my website. It's right on the home page, justmillet.com. Some people might not really care why sourdough, they're already sold. So you could skip that part if you wanted. There's a whole page on everything having to do with feeding your starter. Another series, part 3, is making the bread. I decided to cover everybody, almost everybody, I guess. I'm covering you whether you're using a liquid starter or a stiff starter or a mixer or by hand. All of those are covered. Boy, that's pretty. Isn't that nice? It's not sticking to my hands at all. Just a little olive oil and my stiff starter. So nice. We could do an egg wash or a little bit more olive oil. I'm using Casandrino's organic extra virgin olive oil. It's the only kind I use anymore. I've tried so many others. They're not better than this one. There were some that were decent. This stuff's the best. We can top it with whatever we want. I'm thinking rosemary. I love rosemary crackers. It smells so good. Lots of it. Let's get lots of it. That's what I'm talking about. We want some salt on those crackers. I can use this. We don't really need much of that. Why not? With the pepper, just a little. I know it looks like a lot. I like to just press it into the dough so it further stays when it's baked. We gotta cut this up before we bake it. Now, you could use a rolling cutter like my Betty Bossy. This has been out of stock probably since I bought it. I don't know if I was literally the last person who bought it or what. I love it. This one does like long rectangle crackers. You could also use a fluted cutter. You could use a knife, anything to cut the crackers into whatever shape you like. You want to do that before you bake it. It makes it easier to get them apart when they come out of the oven. I just love how it rolls. It's very nice. That's it. I like, however, square crackers instead of the rectangle ones. So I'm just going to use the fluted cutter and go halfway between the best I can. Plus then we have more crackers. Technically it's the same amount of dough, way more servings. That's it. Once my oven's up to temperature, I'm going to bake this for, I'm going to say 6 to 10 minutes. What you're looking for is that they're golden on top and that they're crispy. Now, they will crisp up more when they come out of the oven. If you want them to stay extra crispy for like weeks, then you've got to put them in a dehydrator after you take them out of the oven. It'll take all the extra water out so they don't go stale on you. It's just awesome. My crackers are fresh out of the oven. Now we want to separate them on the fold. You can always bake them longer if you want them to be crispier. They will crisp up a little bit as they cool. I prefer to do it this way and then put them in the dehydrator so they last. I try to put some in a container so I'll have some on another day. We'll probably eat all of these tonight. Try not to drop them all on the floor. They're so good. If you want, you can put them back in the oven, like the ones that are not so crunchy. That's also an option, especially if you don't have a dehydrator. But these look a little softer. That one looks good. Nope, I'm gonna leave those. I'll put these back in for another maybe 2 or 3 minutes. We'll see how they look when they come out. I put these in for another 5 minutes. 3 minutes wasn't quite done enough for me. Now we have some nice crunchy crackers. These haven't even cooled down yet. They'll get even crispier when they cool down. Give it a try.